It is now time for our Week 3 battle for Season 2 of Low Tier Mayhem, and this week we're taking on EndlessGadgets, the coach of the Indiana Sneaslers. I'll give you guys a quick breakdown of my team, and the battle will soon follow. And if you guys are enjoying the Draft League content, feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing for weekly Draft League content. EndlessGadgets' team is pretty threatening, led by his Terra captain of choice in Okidogi, and also having hazard stacking options with Skarmory and Tentacruel, as well as other hard-hitting Pokemon with Hisuian Electro, Typhlosion, and Hisuian Braviary. I may have a response in Registeel, but Hisuian Braviary is still a humongous threat with Tinted Lens. Not to mention his other double Dark Core of Grimmsnarl and Sneasel is actually a very big problem. Because it outspeeds the vast majority of my team, and Grimmsnarl setting up screens for his setup sweepers is pretty doggone annoying. Other than that though, the team I did build for this week, it's more of a balanced sort of approach to try to account for all of Endless's numerous threats, but it definitely wasn't easy for this matchup. So first off, you see on your screen we have our double status, so to speak. Cobra Berry Rotom with Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Discharge, and Pain Split. Pain Split is mainly just there to keep Rotom as high as HP as possible. Will-O-Wisp is pretty important here to cripple his physical attackers, specifically the Okidogi, if it's not like Terra Fire or Lumberry, whatever. Discharge is pretty spammable against his team if he does not bring the Sandaconda or he doesn't have Terra Ground on his Okidogi. And Hex is also very spammable against his team, considering he does not have a normal type. EV spread is very straightforward, and just maximizing my offenses and having enough speed to outspeed the Okidogi, and that's really it. Next up, we have our Sword Stance 3 attacks, Lumberry, Terrakion. Lumberry, pretty important here, just ensures that stuff like Thunder Wave, Grimmsnarl, or like any status does not cripple my Terrakion in any way, shape, or form. And SD just breaks through Endless's bulkier options, so stuff like things behind a Reflect from Grimmsnarl, I can easily 2-hit KO Fizz Def Skarmory after an SD, or even if it has a little bit of chip damage and it comes in after I try to SD, I can knock it out with close combat. And then Earthquake is there for the Okidogi since it resists my dual staff. Again, very straightforward EV spread, nothing much else to say about that. Then we have my specially defensive Incineroar with Flare Blitz, Knock Off, Parting Shot, and Taunt. Taunt is just there to ensure that stuff like Sandaconda or even Spite-Ops to an extent can't really get up their hazards or limits their hazard setting potential and stops the Grimmsnarl from getting up more than one screen. Parting Shot for momentum, and I'm running Blaze over Intimidate to not trigger Guard Dog on the Okidogi. I have enough speed for uninvested Skarmory, so I can potentially 2-hit KO that thing with a flare, potentially 2-hit KO with a Flare Blitz, but mainly it also just ensures that like Iron Defense, Skarmory doesn't get a little bit too out of hand in that scenario. Then we have my mixed defensive Registeel, which is my stealth rocker in this game. Thunder Wave to cripple and slow down his team. Heavy Slam is mainly just here to do the most damage to Hisuian Braviary, as Iron Head does nothing, depending on the set. And then Earthquake is here to deal with the Tentacruel and potentially 2-hit KO that thing depending on its EV spread. This is just a mixed defensive spread here. This is like, I think, just enough to deal with like Hisuian Braviary, as this is my main response to the Hisuian Braviary. Other than that though, it's just a very way of taking hits from Hisuian Electrode. I think like even taking a low kick from Sneasel. I did debate on Clear Body or Light Metal just to like take less damage from low kick, but it is what it is. I did have the ability to really have the option of going one way or another with Clear Body or Light Metal, so I just kept it the way it is. Didn't really change much in terms of whether or not I would let a hit from Sneasel, but if I have to take a hit from Sneasel in order to knock it out, then so be it. Then we have my Quiver Dance 3 attacks, Terra Fire Rabombi, with Moonblast and Psychic Noise at the other two moves. Moonblast plus Terra Blast essentially hits everything on the team for neutral survivor damage. The only exception is the Hisuian Typhlosion, which I have Psychic Noise for. is my best neutral option, and it's my best way of also hitting the Tentacruel for super effective damage. But my main way of dealing with Tentacruel, I'm hoping to wear that thing down with either my Rotom or my Terrakion, and then try to set up the late game sweep with my Ribombee. But if I don't need to Terra with Ribombee, I can set up my other backup winning condition, being my Rain Dance Life Orb 3 attacks Floatzel with Terra Electric. Surf, Ice Beam plus Terra Blast also does a huge number to Endless's team. Like, his best response to this set in general is essentially hoping that he has Light Screen up, and really this thing just does a number to his entire team. I could have won Hydro Pump over Surf for more power, but I just wanted to value having the accuracy, and plus having Rain boosted Surfs should do a good amount of damage to essentially everything on Endless's team anyway. Terra Blast Electric is there to ensure I can 2 a KO Tentacruel, depending on its EV spread or item, whatever the case may be. And other than that, Surf with Ice Beam just hits everything else for good damage. So yeah, that's the team, and with that out of the way, let's head on over to the battle. Whoops, sorry about that. I forgot to unmute my microphone. Here we are with week 3 of Low Tier Mayhem versus EndlessGadgets and his Indiana Sneaslers, and he brought more or less the team I was expecting. I don't have to worry about webs, that's a good thing. Skarmory, no Electrode, great. He did bring the Hisuian Braviary, Grimmsnarl, Sneasel, and the Tentacruel. Alright, so in terms of a lead here, I could potentially see him leading off with like Tentacruel and getting up Toxic Spikes. That could be a play. But I think overall, I think my safest lead would still be like Incineroar. Because if he leads off with Grimmsnarl to try to get up web, like, screens, I'm okay with that. At least I don't have to worry about... webs, which is good. And once I'm able to chip down... Once everything is chipped down on his team, like, Terra Electric Floatzel actually just screws him up so badly. Like, actually screws him up. But in any case, good luck, have fun to Endless. Ideally, we do come out of this with a W. Weiss is going to be the Grimmsnarl. Perfect. So we get that lead correct. Let's just try to immediately go for Taunt to try to shut down. Yeah, so he gets up 1 screen, but I'm not gonna let him get him 2. I'd rather him try to attack me. I guess the only downside to this is the fact that I do not get the ability to... he is faster than me though. The one thing I do have to be cautious though is if this thing potentially has... I don't know if this thing gets low kick. I know it gets Drain Punch, but I'm gonna knock off the Light Clay. Yeah, so we are faster. We're gonna get rid of the Light Clay. I'm assuming he's gonna click crit, didn't matter. So we get rid of the Light Clay. Chilling Water. I am perfectly fine with Chilling Water. You have no idea how happy I am to see Chilling Water. Especially because it doesn't matter on one of my Pokemon in particular. Also thing to note is I am faster. So I'm gonna Parting Shot. Perfect. We catch him on the switch. Beautiful. Minerva. Is this Tentacruel? That is Tentacruel. Clear Body. Okay. So that stops my Parting Shot. So let's see. So I don't want to stay in here. I am going to make the... a few plays I can make here. Registeel doesn't really do much for... No, I need Registeel healthy for the Braviary. And Rotom helps versus Okidogi. I imagine he's gonna go straight for like Toxic Spikes or something. But I'm still gonna make the Registeel play. He didn't bring an electric type at all, so I can like freely Thunder Wave his entire team. So he's gonna knock off my leftovers. I'm totally fine with that. Let's just go straight for Thunder Wave. He has no way of stopping Thunder Wave from happening, because the Okidogi is still not Terra'd yet. And even with Terra, I still have Rotom in the back. And he really doesn't appreciate Rotom burning all of his physical attackers. So he's gonna withdraw. Raikou. Go straight Okidogi as we miss Thunder Wave. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying that we dodged that. We have Rotom, but that's just really frustrating that I didn't get that T-Wave off. Like, it's fine, I can burn it now, but still. Goes for bulk up. I assume he was okay with that because maybe he's Lumberry. It's hard to say. I will Will-O-Wisp though. The only way this backfires is if he's Lumberry and he tries to knock me off. So he's going to immediately go for Terra. So we are going to see Terra Ground, which is great because this does mean that my Floatzel can now surf it afterwards. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Thunder Wave miss into Wisp miss. What is this, man? Now he gets to go Tentacruel. Actually, I'm gonna be even more upset this is Lumberry. Yep. Okidogi KOs Rotom. That's just fantastic. So now I have to go Floatzel. Like, I don't have a choice. Like, that's really, really annoying that I didn't get that burn off. Yeah, I'm forced to surf now. And it didn't kill. So now I have to trade Floatzel for this. That's really, this is a very bad start. This was a super bad start for me. Like, there's no point terroring the Floatzel now, because he's just going to go into Tentacruel. So now I died a Life Orb recoil. assuming that kill goes to Tentacle because it died in front of him. I also need to see how many turns of Reflect is up now. Let's see. I guess from here I'd be forced to go into like Terrakion right now. Like I'm legitimately forced to go into Terrak. Because right now I have made no progress whatsoever. As much as I would love to Swords Dance, I think the best play is to just go straight for the Stone Edge. Withdraw. Go into Fellis. I don't know what Fellis is. It's Scar. Oh yeah, this is Skarmory. I imagine he's just gonna go straight for a body press. Man, I am so on the back foot now after that turn, after that beginning. I'm gonna SD. I should live a body press. The only downside is if he goes for Iron Defense right now. Actually, wait. Close combat is stronger. So yeah, I'll CC. Good. Alright, Scar him down. So, Terrakion KOs Skarmory. He goes into Sneasel now. Now, Terrakion definitely still has some merit here. I imagine he's gonna go straight for the low kick. What's the least important right now? Well, since I got rid of... Since I got rid of the Skarmory, I guess the Incineroar is a little bit less useful. No, I think it's Registeel. Cause then I can just I can go Rabombi afterwards. Terrakion is still neat. I can still use Terrakion. Like the main downside now is the Braviary is just going to like Esper Wing shit. And we see its Life Orb. Alright. Like I honestly could have went Rabombi on the low kick too. But he's gonna withdraw Sneasel. Go back into Okidogi. A part of me wants to go straight into Rabombi on the Drain Punch. I think that is the play, to just go Rabombi and Drain Punch on the Drain Punch. High Rose Power. It's either or. And now we click. I want a Psychic Noise so badly on the Tentacle, but I don't think it's worth it. Like, legitimately, I don't think it's worth it. Like, I think he's just gonna stay in. Fuck. But then again, this is fine if he goes to the Tentacle. I just need to find a way to, like, the chip damage I'm getting is fine. I just need to find a way to get it in range of, +1 Psychic Noise, which I'm not at the moment. I'm so far behind right now. Okay, and he has Liquidation. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I think what I do now is I think I actually have to Flare Blitz. He doesn't kill me with Liquidation. I kill myself to recoil, and he puts me in Blaze. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. Weiss is the Grimstar. Okay. I'm in Blaze right now. What I could also do... I have two plays. Either I Flare Blitz again as he goes for Reflect, or I Parting Shot into Terrakion and hope he doesn't have a way of killing? No. Because I'm in Blaze right now. Yeah, I think I just have the Blitz. He clicked Light Screen. Oh, for Rabombi, yeah. Alright, so Grimmsnarl's down. It's a kill for Incineroar. And now he goes into Sneasel. This is really bad. Because now Rabombi doesn't win as long as the screen is up. Yeah, I think what I have to let Incineroar go down. I go Terrakion and I close combat. Yeah. Yeah, I have to let Incineroar go down. Alright, Okidogi KOs Incineroar. I go Terrakion, I click Close Combat. How many turns are there left of Light Screen? I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. So yeah, I have to close combat here. So Okidogi goes down. 2 kills Terrakion. He goes Sneasel. He goes Sneasel. I sack Reggie Steel. Yeah, I have to sack Reggie Steel. Why did he Ice Shard? No, seriously, why did he Ice Shard? I went for Swords Dance, my guy. Maybe he's adamant. Maybe that's why he did that. Well, I don't know, but whatever the case may be, I was sacking you all. I was sacking you the entire time anyway. So, Sneasel, KOs, Reggie Steel, light screen wears off, and now I have to hope this works. So, what I have to do, I have to go Rabombi, and I have to double in the Terrakion on the Tentacruel. And I click Stone Edge. I have to double, I have to make this play. And hope he switches to the Tentacruel. Okay, good. I mean, I say good, but the problem is, even if I give a Quiver Dance with Rabombi, +1 doesn't KO Braviary. Yeah, I have to Stone Edge. At least I connect. So down goes Terrakion. And then Psychic Noise. Psychic Noise takes this out. Yeah, but I don't knock out Braviary, that's the problem. Psychic Noise. It didn't even kill! Oh my fucking god. Dude, I'm max special attack on this. So was there a legitimate shot if I Quiver Danced? I thought for sure Liquidation would have killed me. Okay, it's either Rabombi is just weak or Tentacruel is just bulkier than I remembered. Not right now, phone. You know what, I'm just gonna Terra Blast. I mean, it literally doesn't matter anymore. Because the Sneasel just comes in and clicks Ice Shard. There was so much potential for this game to go differently, but that beginning just completely threw me off. Like, the Thunder Wave is missing on Okidogi was one thing, but then just not being able to... But missing Will-O-Wisp on the Lumberry just made it hurt even more, man. Like, this Terra doesn't matter because Ice Shard, Life Orb Ice Shard definitely kills. This is a rough one to lose, man. This was so rough. Alright, so that's a 2-0 loss. Man. I honestly couldn't know what I could have done differently. Like, the beginning just started out so poorly, and I just never recovered from that position. Like, if that Okie Dokie got burnt or status in any way, I felt like I had a better shot. I could have set up at least a little bit differently on a multitude of things, because the team just looked so beatable, and like Photo looked like it did so much work, and it didn't get to do anything. I mean, I would have killed if Rain was up, but man, that's a rough one. That is so rough. At least the Terrakion did put in work, so I can't complain about that. But yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. Again, a rough loss, but we'll bounce back for sure. GG to Endless. Check them out in the description down below. Check out all the other coaches taking part in low tier Mayhem, and we'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and until the next time, this is Tone, signing off for now. Peace out.